In the context of Agile nowadays, everything is Agile. I mean, even the requirements, the business analyst is supposed to be Agile nowadays, right? So we're going to discuss that in the next few sessions. It's all about how we can face the change, how we can respond to change, and how we can try and deliver something which is, in a sense, aligned with the change. In fact, the coronavirus, for example, what the kind of lockdown that we have, this is sudden change. Nobody expected this thing to happen. But as businesses, as individuals, as students, as professionals, we all have had a look at the situation, understood the situation, then tried to adapt ourselves to that. Because this is what is the important way that we can try and react to. This is how we can react. We can't be proactive all the time. So we know that this thing happened. So perhaps in the next few years, maybe we are better prepared in a sense to combat these kind of situations. So that's where even the context of products, the services, applications, we need to be continuously developing something. We need to continuously integrate them, and we need to deliver solutions continuously. It's not about, okay, we'll try and work on a project, start it, and then deliver after 2 years. By then, things would have changed, and we'll be in a completely different situation. So it's important that we as business analysts understand this context of the change and how we can react and be able to actually kind of proactively pursue the change. And also the most important thing is about the data. So we've got so many applications, so many kind of different data that are being produced nowadays. Even in terms of number of images that we take about at least 100 photos per week in our own phone, just on our own, for our own purpose. It's not even on the shared on the networks. I'm talking about our own phones. So think about the kind of, or videos, images, the kind of things that we're reading, the posts, the comments that we're putting on Facebook, the YouTube itself, if you look at it. So all these producing enormous amounts of data, and how we're going to actually try and manage this mess, this kind of madness, is to come up with some kind of method to be able to manage them. And that's where we're looking at some kind of analytics, how we can try and think about, do we need all of them in the first place? Why do we need this data? Why not we just check only this particular data in that sense? And what are the kind of insights that it is really trying to drive? So that's where the analytical aspect, again, the BAs come into picture. So I would say that in a way, this is basically what I would say in the context of a BA. If you try and look at it in this segmented view, that would really give you a better perspective. And I would suggest that the homework today, in fact, we have got a kind of a test or a challenge that we have developed. It's very popular. A lot of people have found it useful to identify what kind of a business analyst you are. So are you a business analyst, strategic business analyst in terms of the, interacting with the business stakeholders and doing this? Or are you a technology person, or are you more of a process re-engineering, understanding the processes, identifying the flaws? Or are you more on the front end trying to improve how something looks and feels like? Or are you more of an agile? So there is a challenge that we have created, and that's quite popular. So I'll share that with you. Please have a go at it, and then you don't have to tell us, because the moment you take that, we already know what kind of analyst you are. So it will give you kind of a response at the end of the challenge, and you can identify yourself. So that would be interesting to do.